AVC, it's Greeno. I just want to make a quick video. Just got finished watching the Thetcha's last video, Rob, and he was showing the new Sword album and playing some of it in the background, and it's sounding killer. And I actually picked that album up maybe a week or two ago, but I just hadn't gotten around to cracking it open. There's just always so many things to check out. I just got behind and hadn't checked it out yet. So immediately it was like, I gotta get this thing spinning. And it's killer, man. So, and I was reading the comments in the Thetcha's video, and some people, different members, talking about, you know, suggesting some other bands. Hey, if you dig the Sword, check this out. And man, I love this kind of stuff, and I was really heavy into it in the like, I guess, the late 90s. I'm not big on, you know, a lot of the newer bands, and I know you're kind of looking for newer stuff, Rob, but I was going to show you a couple older things. Thought it'd be kind of cool to pull them out, and actually haven't listened to them for a while. Might check some of them out here before I put them back. But like I said, I did pick up the album, and I think you said you got it for $11. Man, that's killer fine. I mean, I was happy. I found this for $18, and I saw MemberTube said he paid like $45 for it. That's just crazy swing in prices there. But mine's the same deal, orange vinyl, and just an amazing package. Like Rob said, it's just killer. So, and I got it playing right now, and listened to the first side. I actually haven't made it to the second side. I had to take the needle back and start it all over. I'm loving it. So, anyways, I was going to share a couple things. Rob, you might want to check out if you dig this kind of sound. To me, it's I call it stoner rock, desert rock. It's kind of that doom sound, but not really. Doom to me, and I'm no expert on this stuff, just, you know, my perspective, doom is more kind of slowed down and sludgy, but you know. But anyways, some other bands you may want to check out if you want to go back and check a few older bands is like, here's Caius. These guys kind of started all of this, or kind of got it kicked in the ass and going. And these guys are almost legendary now. They put out like maybe 4 albums, and by the time they were done is when this kind of really started taking off. And other bands, you know, really started popping up around, you know, with that kind of sound. And you know, by the time it all really got going, I guess they were gone. And the one guy went on to be in Queens of the Stone Age. He was in this band. This was their, I believe, their first album, Rich. And then I really like this one from them, Blues for the Red Sun. Just really thick stoner rock. It's just great stuff. And you can find stuff on YouTube. You know, they did videos and all that. But definitely worth checking out. And I know you said, I think you posted back to Mark, MemberTube. He had mentioned Fu Manchu, and you said you checked them out and didn't really dig them too much. They were kind of cheesy. But man, check out their early stuff. I'm not too much on their new stuff either. And a lot of these bands are like that. They kind of changed as they went on. But early Fu Manchu is, it's like the Sword. It's straight up, man. It's just good stuff, worth checking out. And I pulled a couple things out. The only thing I have on vinyl, which I just got not long ago, is a reissue of The Action Is Go. This is great. And these guys were Southern California band, so they kind of have a, I guess, a Southern California take on this music. It's a little different. It's not as spacey as some of the other bands, but that's, you know, The Action Is Go is great. And King of the Road, another great album by these guys. You know, all this stuff is like late 80s, or excuse me, late 90s. And of course, In Search Of, also another late 90s release. But all 3 of these albums are great. Now, a few members of Fu Manchu left kind of in the late 90s and started another band called Nebula. This is To the Center. This was actually on Sub Pop in 1999. And these guys were a little different than Fu Manchu. They were a little more spacey, I guess. But another good band. And one more band I'll mention. They were from England, if I remember right. But man, they started out fantastic, and they're still around now, and they totally, to me, sound nothing like this, you know, stoner rock or whatever you want to call it. They're more just, to me, they're generic and just sound like everything else metal today. But when they started out, they were just amazing. And that's Orange Goblin. And yeah, like they started out on Rise Above, and just fantastic stuff. And this one's called Frequencies from Planet 10. I believe this was their first album from '97. Then the next album, which I love this cover, is Time Traveling Blues. And this was on, or from '98 on Rise Above. And the other thing I have on vinyl is The Big Black by Orange Goblin. Unfortunately, I was back around this time when I was really heavy into this stuff. I was buying more CDs than vinyl. So, but and there's other bands, man. I mean, from that era, you can go back and check out. But it was really cool seeing your video, and you looked like you were just lighting up, man. You were into this album and this sound. And I just kind of want to let you know, the Sword isn't the only one out there. There's other ones. And the late 90s for me, for this stuff, was kind of the golden age of it, I guess. But I don't know, and I'm sure there's more VC members that can chime in. Like the first one comes to mind would be River. It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't know a lot about this stuff. So really cool, man. I mean, glad you like that album, and I'm definitely digging it, and I pulled it out and put it on the turntable because of you. And I'll be spending it probably the rest of the evening. I'm loving it. So alright, I'll end it here. Just I don't know, I felt like kind of doing this, and I hope you dig it. Thanks.